Stop. Watch this man's entire life collapse in the next 9 minutes. For 10 years, he's been lying, wearing the Trident, telling the stories, getting free drinks, respect, even job opportunities. All because he claimed to be a Navy SEAL. Tonight, he walked into Murphy's bar in San Diego, and he started talking. What he doesn't know? A real Navy SEAL just sat down 3 stools away, and this fraud is about to learn the most expensive lesson of his life. Watch. Murphy's bar, Tuesday night, San Diego, 2 blocks from Naval Base Coronado. The man at the bar is loud, confident. He's wearing a Navy SEAL t-shirt, Trident tattoo on his forearm, baseball cap with the SEAL team logo. His name is Derek Mason, and for the past decade, he's been living a lie. Yeah, I was in Team 3, Derek tells the bartender, loud enough for everyone to hear. Did 2 deployments, Afghanistan, then Iraq. Some crazy stuff, man. Can't talk about most of it. The bartender nods, impressed. Free beer slides across the counter. 3 stools down, a quiet man nurses a whiskey. Early 40s. Short haircut. Weathered face. He's wearing jeans and a plain black shirt. No logos. No announcements. His name is Marcus Webb, and he actually is a Navy SEAL. 16 years. SEAL Team 5. Currently an instructor at BDS Training. Marcus has heard Derek's voice for 5 minutes now. And with every word, his jaw gets tighter. The thing about being a SEAL, Derek continues, holding court with 2 guys who've moved closer, is that you learn to handle anything. Fear? Gone? Pain? Just ignore it. We're basically superhuman. Marcus takes a slow sip of his whiskey. Derek keeps going. My favorite op was this night raid in Kandahar. 8 of us against like 30 Taliban. I personally took down 4 insurgents. Got the Bronze Star for it. One of Derek's new friends is amazed. Dude, that's incredible. What team did you say? Team 3. Bud S-Class 247. Graduated top of my class. Marcus sets his glass down. Carefully. Because Marcus knows something. Derek DOESN. Single quotes T. There is no Bud S-Class 247. The numbering doesn't go that high. And Team 3 wasn't even deployed to Kandahar during the time frame Derek's describing. Derek just made a fatal mistake. Marcus stands, walks over, sits on the stool directly next to Derek. Excuse me, Marcus says quietly. I couldn't help but overhear. You said Team 3? Derek lights up. Finally, someone who understands. Yeah, man. You military? Something like that. Marcus's voice is calm, controlled. What years were you with Team 3? 2008 to 2012. Best years of my life. Interesting. Who was your CO? Derek doesn't miss a beat. Commander Richards. Great guy. Tough, but fair. Marcus nods slowly. And you said Class 247? That's right. Hell Week almost killed me, but I made it through. The bartender is listening now. So are Derek's 2 friends. Something in Marcus's tone has shifted the energy. Class 247, Marcus repeats. That's fascinating. Because Bud S classes are currently in the low 300s. They started at Class 1 in 1962, so Class 247 would have been around. He pauses, calculating, 1998 or so. Derek's smile falters for just a second. Oh, yeah, I always get the numbers mixed up. It was 347. Yeah, that's it. 347. Marcus leans back. So you graduated Bud's in, what, 2007? Exactly. And then went straight to Team 3? Yep, interesting. Marcus signals the bartender for another whiskey. Because Team 3 operates out of Coronado. You lived in San Diego during that time? Of course. Right by the base. What was your favorite spot? I'm thinking of moving to that area. Derek is sweating now, just slightly. Oh, there's that great Mexican place. Rosita's? Right off Orange Avenue. Marcus smiles. It's not a friendly smile. There's no Rosita's on Orange Avenue. The bar has gone quiet. Look, man, Derek tries to laugh it off. I might be remembering the name wrong. What was your swim buddy's name? Marcus cuts in. What? Your swim buddy. In Bud S, the guy you were literally tied to for months. The guy who got you through Hell Week. His name. Derek's mouth opens, closes. We called him ... Tank. We all had nicknames. Tank's real name. I don't remember, man. It was years ago. Marcus leans in close. His voice drops to barely above a whisper. But in the silent bar, everyone hears it. You don't remember because you were never there. There is no Bud S-Class 347. There was no Commander Richards at Team 3. And you know what really gave you away? Derek is pale now. The Bronze Star story. You said you got it for a firefight in Kandahar. But the Bronze Star isn't awarded by SEAL teams. It comes through official channels. Takes months. Paperwork. Witnesses. And it's Bronze Star medal. Not Bronze Star. Real SEALs know that. Marcus stands up. Pulls out his wallet. Drops a military ID on the bar. Petty Officer Marcus Webb. SEAL Team 5. 16 years active duty. Current Bud S instructor. He looks at Derek. You want to keep lying? Go ahead, but do it somewhere else. This bar? This city? We take care of our own here. And stolen valor isn't just offensive. It's a federal crime. Derek is frozen. The bartender picks up Marcus's ID. Examines it. Looks at Derek. Is this true? You've been lying? I served. I was in the Navy. What was your rate? Marcus asks coldly. I was. Support staff, ... So you were never a SEAL. Silence. Never went through Bud S. Silence. Never deployed with a team. Derek's voice is barely a whisper. No. The bartender reaches across and takes Derek's half-finished beer. Get out. Come on, Nan. Out. Now. And every bar within 5 blocks is going to know your face by tomorrow morning. Derek looks around. Everyone is staring. The respect, the admiration, the free drinks all gone. Replaced with disgust, he stands. Tries to salvage something. Look, I never meant you wore the Trident. Marcus's voice is ice. You told their stories. Men who actually earned that. Men who actually bled for it. Men who actually died for it. And you used it to get free beer. Marcus steps closer. He's not threatening violence. He doesn't need to. His presence alone makes Derek back toward the door. You've got 10 seconds to leave. And if I ever see you in this bar, or any bar near this base, wearing SEAL gear or telling SEAL stories, I won't be this nice. Derek practically runs out the door. The bar erupts in applause as the door swings shut. The bartender pours Marcus another whiskey. On the house. Hell, everything you drink tonight is on the house. One of Derek's former admirers shakes his head in disgust. I bought that guy 3 rounds last week. Listen to his war stories for an hour. Don't feel bad, Marcus says, settling back onto his stool. These guys are good at it. They research. They learn the lingo. They buy the gear. Some of them convince their own families. How'd you know he was fake? Marcus takes a sip. Lots of small things. The way he talked about it, too eager, too detailed about classified stuff. Real SEALs don't brag. We don't need to. Then the factual errors. Wrong class number. Wrong command structure. But honestly, I knew the second he said superhuman. Why? Because real SEALs know we're just men. Highly trained men. Men who've pushed ourselves to extremes. But still men. We bleed. We hurt. We have fears. Anyone who says otherwise is selling something. The bartender leans in. So what happens to him now? Depends. If he was using it to get money, jobs, veterans benefits, that's a federal crime. Stolen Valor Act, up to a year in prison, fines. But usually, Marcus shrugs. Public humiliation is enough. Word spreads. Employers Google his name and find out he lied. Friends distance themselves. He loses everything he built on that lie. Good, one of the regulars mutters. Asterisk Marcus finishes his whiskey. Stands to leave. At the door, he turns back. You know what the real shame is? Derek probably did serve. Support staff, he said. That's honorable work. The Navy needs logistics, supply, communications, all of it. But it wasn't enough for him. He wanted the glory without the sacrifice. He shakes his head. There are hundreds of thousands of veterans who served honorably in unglamorous roles. They don't get movies made about them. They don't get free drinks. But they did their job, and they're proud of it. That's real honor. Marcus walks out into the San Diego night dock behind him. The bartender is already on the phone, warning other establishments about Derek Mason. By morning, his face and his lies will be known across the military community in San Diego. 3 days later, Derek loses his job. His employer discovered he'd lied on his application, claiming SEAL experience for a security position. A week later, his girlfriend leaves him after finding out the man she thought was a war hero was actually a fraud. 2 weeks later, Derek moves to a different city, far from any military base, far from anyone who might know the truth. He never wears the Trident again. Stolen valor isn't a victimless crime. Every time someone like Derek Mason lies about serving, they steal from real veterans. They steal respect, gratitude, and opportunities that belong to men and women who actually earned them. And in places like San Diego, where the military community is tight-knit and vigilant, those lies eventually get exposed. Marcus Webb still works as a Bud S instructor. He still goes to Murphy's Bar on Tuesday nights. And he still watches for liars. Because protecting the Trident isn't just about physical training or combat operations. Sometimes it's about calling out the frauds, the pretenders, the stolen valor thieves who disgrace what it means to serve. Derek Mason learned that lesson the hard way. And somewhere tonight, in another bar, another fake SEAL is bragging about operations they never ran and battles they never fought. The question is, will a real SEAL be there to stop them?